Hey everyone, me Kevin here. So today was an absolutely crazy day. Not only is Clove up 85%, Canoe went up 20%, you had Sens up, Arcimoto up, GoPro up, SoFi up, Workhorse up, all these guys up, but you also had Wish up 49.87%. Absolutely incredible, along with Carlots at 28% and Wendy's at a 25.85. Absolutely crazy day. And in this video, I'm going to talk about some potential stocks that I think might have some squeeze potential going forward. Now, I'm going to mention AMC and GME in this as well, give you an update on them, so stay tuned for that. And I want to make it very clear that when I made this video on June 2nd here, and I said there were 12 new short squeeze targets, and this list included Clove, Arcimoto, Workhorse, and some of the other stocks that are just absolutely killing it right now, including Beyond Meat and others, I got a lot of hate, 580 dislikes. People were saying things like, I bet Citadel loves the title this. Come on, Kevin, buy AMC. Hope it was worth it. Looks like people are trying to dilute away from AMC. You're causing a distraction. Must be getting paid to distract AMC. Kevin giving me the Suits vibe. I'm suspicious that GME isn't being discussed. And I literally said in the title, 12 new short squeeze targets. Anyway, I'm going to do it again because we were right. In that video, those stocks did end up pumping. Today was the day they pumped. And people are like, oh, like the comments said, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, chill out. Listen to some perspective, would you? Anyway, that's the kind of stuff I also, by the way, share in my courses on the psychology of money for stocks, but also real estate wealth building, YouTube videos, property management, sales, all my perspectives and my psychology. Totally unique. Can't find it online. Link down below, 40% off. Use that coupon code, I'm not leaving. But let's go ahead and actually get into my next set here, okay? I'm going to talk about AMC and GME as well in just a moment, but I want to start with the big targets ranked in a way that I like them right now. So right now I've got Workhorse actually above Clover as another one. I think Clover really started squeezing today. Keep in mind, Clover has a pretty big short percentage. Right now, it's sitting at about 43.54% short in terms of short interest. I expect that tomorrow that's going to plummet. If it plummets to like 38%, it's still almost twice what AMC was a few days ago, which might mean there's still room to squeeze it. If it plummets kind of like Rocket Mortgage did a few weeks ago, where basically, maybe it's probably, but now a couple months ago, where basically it was like 40% short, and then it squeezed or squoze for a day, it rocketed up like 40-50%, and then it came crashing down the very next day. All of the short interest basically got covered in one day. It was nuts. And then Rocket kind of got forgotten. Starting to hear Rocket Mortgage come up in discussions again, but my focus right now, still, Workhorse, 49.53% short. I kind of want to really, and for all of these, this is important, I'm kind of hoping we get a nice red day on all of the momentum stocks, like tomorrow or Thursday or Friday, so I can go buy some cheap calls. That's a perfect buy the dip because there's way more squeezing to be done on the momentum stocks. Problem is I don't know if we're going to get that drop. So any drop right now in the momentum stocks, I'm like, yo, let's go. Let's go. I want that drop. I want in. I want in more. I'm already in a little bit. 1%-ish in my portfolio. That's usually what I use to swing around with. Yeah, I want another dip. So I don't mind bringing it up to like 2-3%. If I could get a good dip, I don't think I'll go past 5%, but I'll gladly throw a good chunk in. Anyway, Workhorse, 49.53% short. I'd love to buy this under 14. That's usually, that's a support line right there. If we could get it under 14, that's great. I think there's 20 to 70% upside in this, and it's a big range because I really think it's going to go from 14 to 20, and then it's just a matter, is it going to get squeezed up beyond that? And if it shoots above 30, I don't think it's worth that. That's really when you're in squeeze territory. Just take profits, but who knows how high it'll go, right? Arcimoto, okay, 36% in terms of short interest. All this data by S3 Partners, by the way, not sponsored by them. That's just what I use. I do sometimes compare it to Ortex as well. I'm just personally, like in my mind, I'm so used to using this data, and it did me so well with GME. It did me so well with other stocks. I've been very comfortable using this and tracking this as a tool for determining at least one of my indicators for a stock's potential movement. Arcimoto has had very good days in the past few days. Wouldn't be surprised to see a red day, but it's still 36% short. We're not seeing the shorts cover. I also just interviewed the CEO. I rode the vehicles. I'm moderately invested in, I have a small position in the company. It's, to be transparent, it's like maybe $65,000 or so. So it's relatively small in terms of my portfolio, but just to be transparent, I do not have a position in Workhorse right now, so I'm really looking to get in on that one again, since I took some big fat tendies, and now I'm looking to get back in again. Lordstown Motors, stay away from this one right now, okay? Like, seriously, not so good right now. They released a 10K. We covered it live, reading off the Bloomberg terminal. And folks, they're like 32.85% short right now. So I know there's some buy the dippers looking at it like, 32% short and it dipped. Yeah. So listen to this. Quote, we believe that our current cash or level of cash and cash equivalents are not enough or not sufficient to fund the commercial scale production and launch or sale of our vehicles. These conditions raise substantial doubt regarding our ability to continue as a going concern. Basically, they don't know that they can last another year. They are warning investors. They have now warned that they might have to raise debt or sell shares, so issue more shares and sell them, which is also going to put pressure on the stock. It'll also provide liquidity, which will reduce the chance of a short squeeze. And they're only talking about getting 2021 production done in terms of like testing vehicles, but they need to raise a ton more money for 2022. So even though Ride was one of my targets initially, that 10K, I got out. I got out while it was still green. I was really lucky because we were on it. We were streaming live on that one. So anyway, in case you're wondering what happened with Ride, okay, that's it. Root, okay, Root, 33% short, I would say 50 to 80% upside in a squeeze. The higher number is squeeze upside. The lower number is more just looking at charting, not going big on the fundamentals, just looking at charting, I think 50 to 80%. None of these am I really going deep on fundamentals on, with the exception of Ride, staying away from that one. But because of that, because of Ride, I did also look at Go EV, which is Canoo. I think Canoo should rubber band back to $15. It's 30.07% short right now. I think it has about a 50% upside from where it is now, but it could run to 24, one of its last sort of peaks, one of its last resistance levels. That would be squeeze territory. I'd be getting out at that level. But Canoo is a potential. They've got like $650 million in the bank. They burn like 30 to 50 a quarter, which means they kind of have like over 2 years of money to burn right now at the pace of development. So I'm not too worried about them having issues like Ride. Lordstown Motors doesn't mean that they won't raise money. A lot of these companies are going to raise money, but watch it. FSR, this is Fisker. Fisker has literally run before previously. It will literally go from 18 to 30 and then back down. It's kind of like a Microvision where it gets range bound. Anytime it's under 20, it seems to like running into the 20s and coming back. So I think there's about a 40% upside here. It's about 29.17% short. FRX, okay, this one's a little more speculative, but I think it could be a big runner, okay? FRX, Forest Road Acquisition, this is like the Beachbody, the bike acquisition, blah, 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 the combination merger, so on and so forth. We don't even really need to talk so much about the company right now, even though I have interviewed the SPAC partners at the company with Ross Gerber. He's in on it. I love the company, love what they're doing. Good competitor, good competition against Peloton. Personally, still like Peloton more as a stock, and I haven't tried the product, so I guess I can't compare the product. Just really from my research, still like Peloton more. But let me tell you this, they're getting shorted to the ground, and I don't think they deserve it. I don't think that at all. They are 18.7% short. They're sitting at par value at $10. Like literally, this is what the institutional investors paid, was $10. Doesn't mean it can't go below $10. Look at Shift Technologies, another super cheap stock, was a $10 SPAC. It's obviously selling below, right? It's selling for like $8 or something like that. So it doesn't mean a company can't go below 10, but in the short term with 18.7% short and people looking for stocks to squeeze, there's not a lot of volume on the stock, which sets it up for a potential squeeze in the event of an illiquidity event. If a lot of people come in and start buying, FRX could maybe do a 50 to 100% move short term. I think long run, it could potentially balance back to, $8 to $12, somewhere around there. Maybe 15. But if it goes to like 20 or something like that, tendies. Okay. Another one, Skills. And these are my top 8 that I'm looking at, but I want to go into another list here because I want to talk about Wish too and some others. So Skills, 33.6% short. I think there's probably a 40 to 50% upside on this one. Skills, by the way, is also being pitched by S3 Partners, the company themselves. They released a Twitter list of the top 10 stocks likely to be primed for a short squeeze. The top 10 on their list are AMC, GME, Clove, Beyond, Skills, Space, so Virgin Galactic, Upstart, BBB, isn't that Bed Bath? BBB, yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond, Microvision, and Nikola. Now, I'll read you off. Actually, I'll just show you really quick what the short interests are on these. So we already know that AMC's plummeted. It's at 13.11. GME is at 19.06. GME has, I think, more potential in it in the short term here than AMC to do a little bit of squeezing. AMC, I think, is going to chill for a few days until we get another catalyst mover. And that's fine. I'm a hodler in it. That's not to talk bad about it. I just think this is going to go through a little bit of a break period, like a calm period. Hopefully, it just stabilizes. That's it. We want to stabilize above that $51. Just chill for a little bit, set up for that next potential move. Clove, and again, S3 Partners, they're saying, hey, AMC, yeah, squeeze potential. Clove, still at 43.54%, but we'll see what it's like tomorrow. Beyond Meat, 28.14%. Come to my morning open live stream and I'll give you the updated numbers to compare to these. Skills, 33.58. Virgin Galactic, 28.12. Upstart, 12.89. Bed Bath, 31. Microvision. Microvision trades within ranges, so keep that in mind. Regularly trades within ranges, so keep that in mind. 21.38%, and Nikola at 30.38%. Watch these, very, very important. Now, Wish. Okay, we gotta talk about the Wish problem. Okay, so this is not to bag on Wish at all, but I've been watching Wish for a while, and I have to say I'm confused. There is a Reddit a thread blowing this stock up because of this. They're looking at the percentage of float that's short, 51.2%. I think this is wrong. I think this is very wrong. So the reason I think that is because the short interest is 31 million shares. And most public data I find suggests that there are 275 million shares available as float. So I think there's some kind of data issue here within the Bloomberg terminal. This is my screenshot. I got it from the Bloomberg terminal, so full credit to the Bloomberg terminal. The S3 Partners data, though, which we could pull up on Wish, which I'm going to do right here. This is the S3 data platform. I pay $750 a month for this. Yeah, I wish I was sponsored because then maybe I wouldn't have to pay for it, but I'm not. So type this in, Wish, check this out. Type in Wish, showing a 10.72% short. I think what's happening at Wish is there was a big FOMO movement. It was a low volume stock. All of a sudden had a big FOMO movement into it, but I don't think you have a big squeeze here. Now maybe we'll see the squeeze, we'll see the short interest go down from 10.72 to like 8%. But personally, to justify 49% in the day here and 27% in after hours, I think there's a little too much momentum in that, and I'm not trying to bag on it, okay? I just think it's misplaced momentum because it's just not that short. That's it. It's just not that short. That's it. I mean, again, maybe there's more to this. There's also Pub B. That's 58.89% short. No options available on that one, though, so that's going to hurt its ability to squeeze. MP Materials is 18% short. Tattooed Chef, 29.66% short. But Tattooed Chef, I don't know if it's going to get that momentum stock attention. And I don't know that MP will get it either, or Churchill Capital. Churchill Capital is about 26% short. I think maybe there's a 20% upside in Churchill Capital. So for me, the ones that I'm looking at, sort of with a highlighter right now, Workhorse, $20, $30 potential. 20 seems likely in my opinion. No guarantees. Don't sue me, bro, if you lose money. It's not my problem. I'm just a YouTube guy, okay? And I'm running for governor in California. But I'm going to be the most transparent governor there ever was. MeetKevin.com to learn more about that. By the way, I'm doing an event in San Francisco and LA this Saturday and next Saturday. So if you want to come, link down below and check it out. Arcimoto, 36%. Arcimoto is my next one. Root, GoEV, and then I'm looking at Fisker and FRX. I mean, that one hasn't moved anywhere. And maybe Skills. So those are my big targets. Hopefully this helps you out. Really appreciate y'all watching as usual. Thank you so much for being here. If you found this helpful, subscribe. That way I know you like these short interest update videos. If you like the short interest update videos, subscribe. That helps me know exactly what to make. All right, folks, thank you very much for watching. We will see you in the next one. Goodbye.